Good morning. We're going to get started with the meeting of the Regional Flood Control District. Mr. Trelease.
Item number 1 is comments by the general public.
This is the first time set aside for public comment, and in wishing to provide public comment with regards to any item on today's Regional Flood Control District agenda, please step forward to the microphone and please state your name and please identify the item on which you are speaking.
Good morning, esteemed members and leaders of the board here. Thank you all for your work. I know it's probably harder than you imagined when you first signed on. Hope it's going well. My name is Eric King, longtime resident here. I am a design consultant in sustainability. I do care a lot about water, about food, and about our residents. And I'd be really excited to find ways to illuminate even more solutions to our challenges. Specifically, I wanted to talk a little bit about stormwater and how that relates to some projects that you guys always have going on, which involve stormwater. I understand that items 12, 13 are storm drain oriented improvements, and I'm here to simply advocate for greater uses of stormwater before it goes into our channels and is basically treated as a nuisance. There's a lot of energy in stormwater, a lot of nutrients, and a lot of people that could benefit from, say, trees, and lots more of them that could grow if we find a way to make it all work for all of the very smart people in all of the government organizations, including engineers, who I've known many over the years, and planners too, that would see value in somebody like me who's a designer, cares a lot about sustainability and our humans here, and life in general. So I'm simply advocating for consideration in all the design that goes into people not dying from their house being corrupted underneath by water flowing past it, being channelized and safely drawn out of town, but possibly considering more solutions for the water that gets to those channels and storm drains in the first place. Really smart people, some of them I know, in places like Tucson, Arizona, have cut curbs and all kinds of things that they do to store water. And I know it's been dismissed by some of the conversations I've had in the past decades with planners. They're very smart. I would love to honor the work they do in a way that creates more bounty and plentifulness for a quality of life enhancement to our population here. And I say that very sincerely and with great respect and admiration for all the work that you do. And I hope, as we have this largest increase in the urban heat island effect here in our valley than any other city in America and most of the cities of the world over the past 2 decades, I hope that we can take that water that is approved by very smart people who want to make sure it's safe and still usable in enhanced ways to enhance the numbers of people whose lives were prevented from dying. Thank you all for hearing me. I cherish that, and I look forward to talking to you soon about it, I hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. Anyone wishing to provide public comment? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close the first public comment period. I'll turn it back over to Mr. Trelease.
Item number 2 is action to approve the agenda with deletion of any items.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
There's a motion to approve the agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? Motion carries. And I'll note for the record that Commissioner Sager-Bloom is excused absent.
Item number 3 are the annual elections. Per our policies and procedures, elections are held every year in July for chair, vice chair, and board secretary. Staff recommends Ms. Patricia Metz, our FCD Office Service Manager, to be elected board secretary due to the nature of the duties.
Very good. I'll entertain nominations for chair and vice chair.
Well, I guess I'd like to do. I like the status quo. I would nominate you for chair.
All right, and I will nominate Councilman Barone for vice chair. Any other nominations? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
There's a motion to appoint Commissioner Jones as chair and Councilman Barone as vice chair and
Patricia Metz.
Patricia Metz as secretary.
Yes.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is action to approve the minutes of the June 11, 2026 meeting.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
The motion to approve the minutes of the June 11th, 2026 meeting. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries.
Item number 5 is to discuss the general manager's monthly report. I have a couple things to report on this month. First of all, I'd like to point out that we had our flood safety news conference at the end of June. We held it this year at the National Weather Service at the Las Vegas office. It was quite successful. We had lots of media turnout, as we do every year. We get a lot of interest from the community in the awareness of the flash flood season that's coming up in July through September. We had several speakers, and we did one-on-one interviews afterwards. All the broadcast channels were there. We had over 1 million impressions on media, essentially related to over $80,000 in what would have cost us to advertise. So it's good for us to get that out there. We also wanted to celebrate our partnership with the National Weather Service, which is, they do such great work, and very proud to have that important collaboration with them for not just during flash flood season, but also all times of the year. We know that it can rain any time of the year, and we do a great job of building flood control facilities, but we want to remind the public that these facilities are very dangerous when it's raining. Don't drive through flooded streets. Don't play in our facilities. Don't live in our facilities. They're very dangerous. Whenever it rains, water moves very, very quickly. It's a very dangerous place to be. So always want to point that out every year, and just talk about the importance of being aware of the floods. Also like to report on a completed project, another completed project. I'm very proud to say that we've got another project done. This one's just north of the airport, actually on airport property near Tropicana and Paradise in Clark County. Actually, I think as we speak, they're doing the final walkthrough in the project. So to create the punch list, so I thought it was ready to report on today as a completed project. It's a 61-foot acre detention basin there on the airport property. It drains a lot of the airport property into it. That it does include a water quality feature and a emergency spillway collection facilities to collect the rainfall runoff from that area, and certainly will protect the downstream areas, including UNLV and other residential properties. The design engineer was Jacobs, construction manager was WSP, contractor Las Vegas Paving, and the bid amount of the project was just over $13.5 million. Oh, guess I'll show some pictures of the nearly completed facilities as well. So that's what it looked like before, just kind of a big parking lot, and they cleaned it all up, and so now it's going to be a functioning flood control detention basin. So very happy to get that project done. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board? Seeing none, thank you. Go on to the next item.
Okay, part 2 of the agenda is the consent agenda. Items 6 through 11 are considered by the Regional Flood Control District to be routine and may be acted upon in one motion if the board so desires.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Part 3 of the agenda is discussion items. Item 11 is the Pittman Sunset Storm Drain Improvements, Foster Avenue to Boulder Highway, City of Henderson. We have a project presentation from Atkins Realis.
Thank you, Chair, members of the board. My name is Linda Potter, and I'm here to present to you the City of Henderson Pittman Sunset Storm Drain Improvements. The location of this project is in the City of Henderson. The map here shows it will connect to an existing system at Boulder Highway and extend it to the south to capture storm water. The regional facilities are shown here. We have 3 sections. These are large diameter reinforced concrete box culvert. The sizes range from about 15 feet wide and 7 feet tall with some variations in there. A little bit smaller as we move to the south at 11 feet by 7 feet. This is a typical section of the project. As I mentioned, it is a large diameter reinforced concrete box. One unique feature with this is the presence of groundwater. We will have a dewatering system constructed to make sure that the box system itself is kept dry. This system will drain into an existing Endeavor pipeline to capture that water and treat it before it is discharged. And it will also tie into an existing dewatering system downstream as well. Project costs, the design environmental are a little bit about 1.1 million. Construction is approximately 13 million, with construction management labor during that process at about $1 million, for a total of $15.5 million. Project status, the construction documents are 90% complete. We are moving into the 100% design right now. Environmental permitting is complete and no additional right-of-way is required. We anticipate award of a bid to construct in November of 2026, with a construction start date in January of 2027 and a project duration of 9 months. Any questions?
Any questions from the board? Councilman?
Jen, just a comment, just say thank you, because that is an area, that whole area of Sunset Boulder Highway and all that has been a tremendous issue over the years. So happy to see this getting to where it's going to be completed. So thank you for all the work on that. I know the community in that area definitely appreciates it. So thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So if there are no other questions, item A is action to accept the project presentation, and item B is action to approve the interlocal contract for construction.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve items 12A and 12B.
Move to approve items A and B.
Very good. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 13 is the Cadiz Storm Drain Racetrack to Pueblo, City of Henderson. I'd just like to point out that this is a great project as well in City of Henderson. 2 projects coming in for funding. Kudos to the City of Henderson, Lance Olson and his team for getting these projects out for funding. Item A is action to accept the project presentation. We have a presentation by GCW.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jason Ipina with GCW, and I'm here to present on the Cadiz Avenue Storm Drain Project on behalf of the City of Henderson. This project is located in the northeast portion of the City of Henderson. The project site spans along Cadiz Avenue from Pueblo Boulevard to Lisbon Street and along Racetrack Road from Cadiz Avenue to just south of Essex Avenue. On this slide, we have some field photos after a rainfall event. As you can see from the images, even a small rainfall event can cause erosion and sediment transport, which can lead to potential damages to roads, impacts to life and property, and of course, significant maintenance being required after the rainfall event. Accordingly, the improvements from this project will look to alleviate these issues, alleviate flooding issues, and remove an existing FEMA special flood hazard area. On this slide, we have our existing and proposed CCRFCD facilities. The mainline facility runs along Cadiz Avenue from Racetrack Road to Pueblo Boulevard, where it discharges into the existing concrete C1 channel. The rest of the storm drain is comprised of local laterals, such as in Racetrack Road and Lisbon Street, with the largest size in these laterals being a 60-inch RCP, and in the mainline, the largest size is a 6x6 reinforced concrete box. Note that there is existing storm drain, however, this existing storm drain is not big or extensive enough. On this slide, we have our typical trench section for reinforced concrete boxes, which span from 6x5 to 6x6. Similarly, on this slide, we have our typical trench section for reinforced concrete pipes, which span from 18 inches all the way up to 60 inches. As for the project cost, the total cost of this project is just north of $10.8 million, with a construction cost at just under $9.3 million, and an entity construction management cost at around $818,000. As for the project status, all design documents are over 90% complete, all necessary permits have been obtained, and all right-of-way has been obtained. As for the project schedule, we have an anticipated award of bid date of October 2026 with an anticipated construction start date of January 2027 and a construction duration of approximately 10 months. Thank you, everybody. Are there any questions?
Thank you very much. Any questions, Councilman?
Just like the last one, I know that rural community in that area definitely needs this. I hear about the flooding and everything, so thank you for getting that going and getting it started here relatively soon. So great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you very much.
If there are no other questions, item A is action to accept the project presentation. Item 13B is action to approve the interlocal contract for construction.
I'll entertain a motion. There's a motion A and B for 13A and B. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 14 is action to approve a proclamation that July 2026 be proclaimed Flash Flood Awareness Month, and all residents and visitors be urged to make themselves aware of the dangers of flash flooding in order to take the necessary precautions in preventing the loss of life and property.
Very good. I just wanted to note the press conference was really helpful, and I thought I'd reached out to Mr. Trelease to let him know that I thought he was very good at orchestrating things, because the next day there was significant rainfall. So thank you for the great work on that. I will entertain a motion to approve the proclamation.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just real quick, in conversation with of course, our National Weather Service guy, the meteorologist, although we saw, like you pointed out, a very timely a rainfall event the next day, I understand, I guess Mother Nature's gearing up something big for us, so I have utmost confidence that your team is ready, and with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
There's a motion on the floor. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's very difficult to accomplish, so I'm glad you appreciate the efforts of the district. Action, so.
Oh, wait, sorry. Is it really a public hearing? Do I have to do a public hearing on
No,
it?
no, that's,
Okay.
that's one coming up for the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I lost my place too.
Got it,
so.
yeah.
So item 15 is action to conduct a public hearing pursuant to NRS 288.153, ratify and approve a wage increase for both supervisory and non-supervisory units effective July 1st, 2026. This is a public hearing.
All right, this is a public hearing. Anyone wish to provide public comment with regards to item number 15, please step forward to the microphone, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Good morning once again, esteemed leaders. Eric King, longtime resident. Good to see some familiar faces and some smiles along with them here this morning. I've done some design work actually out in Mesquite many years ago to help the population out there.
If you could keep your comments just to this agenda item.
Forgive
This
me.
is for-
Forgive me for being neighborly, but I understand to respect your time. Particularly with the wage increase, I'm advocating for consideration, whether it's maybe not going to be now, but possibly in the future, maybe before it's approved, some discussion as to how much staff may indeed be allocated towards both design engineering for stormwater drain consideration, as well as design engineering planning for other uses than currently is prescribed to stormwater. We have a lot of it, no stranger to anyone here, and it goes away pretty fast, which mostly happens in deserts. But with more staff, more planning for more staff, and more funding for more staff, I'm very confident that we could do more with stormwater. And there are creative people like me who care enough about that to take a risk, come and talk to you all about it. And I'm also aware there's a lot of pressures on everybody to be expedient and efficient in how we treat water, keep it safe, let it go, and then talk about what we can do with water. That's kind of a wisdom I know that's very pervasive here. And I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I didn't come here to do that at all. I'm always about solutions, kindness, and creativity. That's really my MO. And I present that to you here, I hope, in some semblance of a way, that by advocating for stormwater further uses, design, planning, engineering, and funding of all that, that years from now, hopefully all of us, can be smiling at each other, feeling good about more solutions that we found, and they were all creatively built win-wins around. And I cherish your leadership, and I'm glad you hire people to take care of our water and prevent floods from affecting people. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Mr. King. Anyone else wishing to provide public comment? If not, go ahead and close the public comment period, and I'll entertain a motion. There's a motion to approve agenda item number 15. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 16 is action to ratify and approve a wage increase to employees not otherwise covered by a collective bargaining agreement effective July 1st, 2026, by the same wage increase percentages approved for both supervisory and non-supervisory employees covered by a CBA effective July 1st, 2026.
This is a public,
No, this is.
no, it's not
this goes to
public hearing.
this one.
All right, then I'll entertain a motion. There's a motion to approve agenda item number 16. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 17 are comments by the general public.
Thank you, Mr. Trelease. This is the second time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to provide public comment with regards to any matters before the Regional Flood Control District, please step forward to the microphone, state your name, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Thank you once again, Eric King, longtime resident. Esteemed leaders, thank you for hearing me earlier today and now. I've done thousands of hours of design work over my life. Not all of it's been implemented. I wish that it had. There's a lot of great designers out there, a lot of creative thinkers, and a lot of win-winners out there. Most of them probably that I've seen, the little bit I paid attention in recent years, though more in past years, I don't see them come up to the podium very often that describe themselves in that way. I've been trained by world-class designers that get hired by entire countries to help them with water and their population thrive. I've talked to some of them about work that can be done here, and there's been some interest over the years, and it hasn't met with uptake so far, but we do have an ever hotter urban heat island effect. No stranger to you on the board. And it's hard to know Vegas is gonna look like in 10 years in terms of climate and water availability and how we use it and what that means to our population for not just their lifespan, how long they actually live and survive another day or another summer for that matter, or another summer night, which is when most people die in the summer from urban heat island affected heat-related deaths. So there's a lot of water coming through a valley for a long time. The meadows drew people here, it drew the trains here. People came because of the trains. They've lived here ever since. And we do have trees. We all know we need more of them, but how do we make that work? So I'd be really excited to find an audience with you fine leaders and your colleagues in coming months. There definitely will be people that pass away this very week, and I'm not expecting any of you to take responsibility for that. But I know that with more informed discussion and creative solutions finding, more lives will have longer lifespans here and a higher quality of life. And probably a lot more smiles on all the leadership that can thank themselves and their planners, designers, engineers for having built those solutions into policy, procedure, and practice. And I cherish that you hear me. I hope I have some kind of input that's valuable to you here today, such that it would affect lives less than 6 degrees of separation you may know, living longer lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. Anyone else wishing to provide public comment? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close the second public comment period, and we are adjourned. We'll get started with RTC in about 5 minutes.